Aquarius, and welcome to your April 2018 general reading. The relationship readings will be out next week, so just give me a minute here. Your additional guidance card is the Lovers, okay? There might be a waiting for something now. You've got quite an interesting combination of cards going on here. The Lovers is also about choices. It was originally called a choice card. The story is someone walking down the street, well, not someone, the fool, okay, walks down the street and he comes to a crossroads in his life, and he either has to follow the same path he has done all his life or follow his true heart's desire. He chooses to follow his heart and he immediately becomes enlightened, okay? And the moral of the story is, Aquarius, follow your heart. You have got the Ace of Cups here, but it's in the work and money section, which is interesting. Now, most of you know me, I don't use terminology like this, but the Ace of Cups is basically good karma. It doesn't matter how it's presenting itself in your life, this is some good vibrations coming your way. It's either going to come through money, work, because they don't have to be the same thing. But there's definitely the Eye of God looking down on you, Aquarius, in the money and work section. Absolutely no doubt about it. So, and you've got the King and Queen of Cups, which is an emotional marriage. Okay, a union between two people. How fascinating. I think I have to start at the beginning. So you're entering into April, probably my favourite card, the King of Cups, emotionally in your power, basically, Aquarius. It might represent a person, okay? Traditionally the water signs, but not really. It's about connecting with someone on an emotional level, okay? Because it's a cup. But if this is you, you're in your emotional power. Because you've got your throne and you've got your crown, which means you're no longer being pushed and pulled by the ups and downs of life, yeah? You know that sort of thing when we're emotionally reactive and allowing yourself to be controlled by other people. You've taken ownership. You've taken that emotional sovereignty, and I absolutely love seeing this for you. Right next to it is the Three of Wands, so there might be a waiting energy. The Three of Wands, all the threes are about expansion, and they always involve us and other people. So maybe some people are waiting for news around this king or around an emotional issue, okay? I'm not sure what it is. It might be a financial issue. But there's a sense of waiting for something, but you're not losing your integrity, Aquarius, and you're not losing your cool, okay? Love seeing this for you. Real great maturity, basically. Now, what you most want is a Five of Discs. So I think what this is saying is the Five of Discs, its traditional meaning is insufficiency and lack around finances, okay? Its much deeper meaning is a sense of being separate, being cut off from the source of all life. Because look, see the energy, and there's a separation going on here. So maybe you feel cut off from someone. That's what that Three of Wands means. You feel divided. Maybe you feel cut off from spirit. Sometimes when I pull this card, it's just lacking self-esteem, you know, bad hair day, like my energy feels a bit heavy. For some of you, you might be moving out of your comfort zone, and that's what this Five means. You feel vulnerable. Next to it is the Six of Wands, which is the victory and the success card. So something's been overcame here. I don't know if it's a sense of self-esteem, if it's waiting for news. Maybe you feel cut off from a loved one, and this is what this is saying. But you've got this victory card, you've got this sense of overcoming, this feeling of being disconnected, okay? Because all the fives represent change, but it's a point of change which is really tough. Yeah, you know, when you're birthing something new, it's that point when everything feels really intense and quite challenging. It might just be self-esteem issues going on here, and you just want to feel better about yourself, okay? Now, interesting card as your protector energy, the Seven of Swords, because it's like you're not in, you're a bit, it feels like you're a bit stuck somewhere here, Aquarius, okay? But this is protecting you, which means you're not pushing forward is not a negative. If you can bear it a little bit longer, it can be a little bit of an uncomfortable card because you're not in your past and you're not in your future. You're in a gateway, basically. But this is protecting you, and I'm going to pull you another card in a minute because your challenge is the Magician card. So the Magician card is about channeling divine energy. And in order to be the magician, so look at the image, he's bringing it in through the top of his head, through his body, into his hands. We need to be sort of empty of ourselves, especially our old thinking patterns. The universe can't pour its energy into a cup that's already full. So it's almost these cards are preventing you accessing the power of the magician. And I want another card that's overflowing this because I'm not confused. I can see what's going on here. But I'm a bit baffled with that Seven of Swords as your guardian angel. It's almost saying being in this threshold is not a negative. If you allow patience and allow the process to unfold, because you then get the Ten of Cups, which is a bit interesting really, because this is emotional happiness, completion. But I think there's going to be a process of getting there, Aquarius, actually, because that's what the five represent. It's like, you know, childbirth, which is awful and can be really painful, but you get this beautiful outcome. This is basically what the cards are saying to me, that you're going through the you're going through the child, you know, you're going through pains of birthing something, and maybe your self-esteem is lacking, and that sort of disconnected from spirit. But you being where you're at is not a negative because it's leading to the Ten of Cups. I think you're another sign that really needs to look out for my relationship readings. Will be out next week. Because there seems to be a theme about relationships. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cup cards. And they're all the highest you can get in the cup family. Okay, I'm going to carry on. Relationships, you've got the 8 of Wands. It can be travel, relocation. There's a lot of communication going on between you and someone else. There's going to be a lot of texting, going to visit someone, especially if the person has been away. This is a very dynamic energy. I love the 8 of Wands because it's about putting a lot of energy out into the world. Now, what I want you to trust me, Aquarius, is these wands, we don't see where they're going to land, but they always land somewhere. This is a very fun, loving energy, this 8 of Wands, and I want you to go and enjoy it because it's right under the 6 of Wands. And there's a feeling of being a little bit cut off here, but it transforming itself. you've got the most beautiful Ace of Cups in the work and money house. Something good is coming your way, Aquarius. It might be coming through the vessel of work and money, but it's coming, okay? And money is one of the ways that the universe can send us our blessings, what we've worked for, especially on an energetic level, okay? Soul level, you've got the High Priestess. You are totally receptive this month, Aquarius. The High Priestess is like a sponge, totally psychic, picks up loads of impressions. So probably a really, really good month to do a lot of reprogramming work, especially around this card. Because we all have the Five of Discs. I don't, you know, multi-millionaires have the Five of Discs energy. We all have this sense of lack and being cut off spirit within us. So I'd like a little bit of reprogramming work here, because the High Priestess is wide open to impressions. And what we put in the High Priestess, which is what we put in our unconscious mind, is what we give birth to in the Empress. So start to reprogram, okay? Whatever it's about, if it's about love, self-esteem, start to program messages of being worthy and being lovable, and all the good starts to come to you. You end with the beautiful Queen of Cups. You've got the sacred marriage going on here, Aquarius. Look at that. And I'm an Aquarius, but this is beautiful. Absolutely golden nectar of emotions going through you this month. So this Queen of Cups tends to be about compassion, but she's going forward and offering her cup. And I want to see who she's offering her cup to. She's offering her cup to this new beginning, the Four of Wands. Celebration, crossing a threshold. Some people could be getting married, graduating. It's a new beginning. It's a 4. It's stable. So I don't know what is going on here. This reading might only be for a few people. You've been waiting for something, but the outcome is it moving to a much more stable foundation. And I would say it's definitely around your emotions. I think there needs to be a little bit of reprogramming around this energy, Aquarius, okay? It's just imagine the High Priestess is, imagine putting the seeds of new desires and new potentials into her, and then she births them in the Empress, which is the next card. So it's the Magician, the High Priestess, and then the Empress is when we birth these new beginnings, okay? Definitely a few issues around self-esteem, but amazing, amazing reading, Aquarius. Loads of love. Bye.